I still have my water. I need to do my Celtic salt in this water. What up, guys? Your girl talk about a Takina. That is my lovely king iconic, and we are Jupiter's love.
Yeah,
which way? This
yeah.
way? Oh. I would switch it, but then if I point the other way, then I'll be pointing the wrong way. So we're not doing that again. For some reason,
Tell the people why you have it set up like this.
Because the king is first.
Hey, y'all heard it from her. That wasn't rehearsed.
I wasn't programmed to say that.
She been saying that from the get go, even a lot of times prior before us recording. That's what she would say.
Yeah. So get off my ass. I'm not programmed. I'm not cultified. I'm not none of that. Do what I want.
Like she said, get off her ass. It's
And it's
occupied
big.
by me.
It's big too. So
Occupied by me. She got a good foundation.
anywho, welcome to the channel. Welcome. Again, that's my king iconic. And I am talking about a Takina.
All right, don't fall her. Like you
fall right out.
You going out the screen. I was gonna laugh.
Am I coming off as delayed? Like on my side? Yeah, okay. I don't know why we have extra people using the internet, so it's more people here. So hopefully,
if they don't put in on the bill, don't know what to tell
you. Yeah, we're not gonna go there. So as
or catch wind.
Baby, we gotta stay focused. We gotta record 2 videos today.
Right.
So welcome to the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you have not. A lot of y'all are watching, but you're not subscribing. So even if it's a video you don't like, if there's something you don't like, comment and let us know. But subscribe. So with that being said, I'm gonna throw up real quick so y'all can see. Talk about a Takina iconic over there. Talk about a Takina. We're gonna get into this. You've been following along. We're kind of like teeter-tottering through the poly dynamics, the words.
That muscle line.
Can you focus? I need you to focus. So I'm gonna move my screen in a second here because as you can see, it's solo poly versus the other dynamics. Now I may have worded that wrong, but I don't think I did. More or less how people identify themselves is what I should have said. So solo poly versus the rest of poly and whatever.
Now, with that being said, these are all her opinions. Is her opinions. Mine are mine, and we're not bashing or anything like that. First and foremost, so let's get that right from the gate.
Yeah,
it's not bashing.
We're not
How we
bashing.
feel about things is how we feel about things. You might not feel the same way, and that's okay. But these are from our perspectives, whatever they is, and 9 times out of 10, all our videos is straight from the dome, no rehearse. These are true feelings, true thoughts, right off the dome. All we know is the topic, and we leave it at that until it's time to record.
Yes, literally. Like I may get frustrated about something and I'm like, okay, we're going to do a video on it, which is how we came about this one because this is one that literally frustrates the hell out of me. So we're going to break it down. Solo poly, in my opinion, even with me being new into the poly lifestyle, I still think solo poly is the newest label. And I don't really care for it. It's my opinion, my preference. There's people that don't like red hair. That's their preference. I don't care. So, with that being said, I wanted to break down solo poly versus the other terms,
Well,
label dynamics.
well, let's talk about it before you actually read the findings for it.
Go for it.
Baby, you got the issue with it.
Well,
All right, so
I was talking about it. Then you
oh,
interrupted me.
I'm sorry. I thought you was about to read what you found.
No, not yet.
See, again, this is not rehearsed. We winging it when we streaming it. Get it? I
That
kind of
part.
here. I'm here all week.
Okay, stop
But go
it.
ahead, finish, baby. I'm sorry.
So we are in. Well, let me say I am in 3 poly groups. I think 3.
Yeah,
I
three,
believe.
possibly four, but three for
I,
sure.
yeah. And just with,
Both for sure if you count ours.
well, yes.
So if
Shameless plug.
same
Go.
melanated is it melanated freedom for poly?
Yes.
Freedom melanated freedom, the number four poly. Because you should be free to express yourself. The groups that I'm in, they have a lot of strict guidelines. And yes, we have guidelines too, but it's more lax. Like, we want real people in there. Don't get me wrong. Ain't no fugazi, no catfish going on. But
That we
yeah,
know
we, we
anyway.
got we got themes that I want to implement. Like uh pro uh is it Freedom Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
where if you feel like posting your business, posting a party you throwing, whatever, bam, Freedom Fridays is where you should go,
Yeah.
or where you should post it, or the day that you post it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that posted any other day will not be accepted.
I think what we'll do is just create a specific image for Freedom Fridays and allow everyone to comment under that post, whatever it is they want to put in there.
Yeah, but
That
the
way people can find it specifically.
yep, but the again, the Facebook group is Melanated Freedom for Poly.
I was about to be like, I'm gonna drop it in the comments. Yeah, no.
Um, Baby, do you have EO phone number?
I don't know.
Okay, because he just texted me, want to know where I got Jupe from.
Oh, um, let me see. I don't know if it's the right number, but I will,
He hasn't changed it.
and I think I do. Yo. The 601 number?
I don't know if I go look, it's gonna kick me out.
Okay. Um,
Just
what do you
say,
want me to?
just say, Dad is filming, or your dad is filming, and I got that Jupe from Walgreens. And by the way, people, Jupe is a panty dropper. For the men, it's a panty dropper. It's an old school, but it still smells good. Can't go wrong with it. I feel like I'm Hunchback of Notre Dame up in this month. This ain't even better.
Hopefully that's the right number.
We'll see.
So we 10 minutes in on a 30-minute video, so we gotta hurry up.
Go for it.
So we were talking about our group. So you did your shameless plug. Okay.
Back to solo poly.
So we were in, or I'm in a few groups compared to my lovely king who is in multiple groups. I don't know how you keep track because it's a lot.
I sometimes don't keep track. That's why I'd be like, which one is it? If it's something pertaining to what you say, and then other than that, I just wing it.
So fast forward, I see a lot of posts that are talking about, they're looking for someone. People will do the intros and they will, they'll say, oh, I'm solo poly or I'm this. And it just frustrates me because I'm like, they'll explain solo poly, they'll explain their requirements or their dynamics of what they're looking for, what they're not looking for. And I'm like, explain to me if poly is more than 2. How is solo poly a thing? Like, how? It doesn't equate. I don't get it. I don't think it should be a thing. I really don't. My personal opinion, and I understand that people have their preferences. People don't want what they don't want. But then if you don't want something specific tied to something specific, then you shouldn't label yourself that way. Right? Probably confusing, but I'm going to break it down for you. So the last videos that we watched, there is a series of 4. Part 1 through 4 was breaking down the definitions and all of that. So this one kind of explains. So we're gonna break down solo poly is swinging and poly, and then we'll talk about it again. And I'm yawning because I've been up and other stuff. So I'm going to try and move. No, cancel. Thought I stopped recording. Okay.
You did for a minute.
Lovely. Okay, so camera's right here, screen's over there. I am going to read the definition of solo poly versus unicorn so I was like, what's the difference? Solo poly, unicorn, swinging. To me, it sounds like the same thing. Frustrating. So I'm going to read very quickly, and then we're going to talk about it. Let my king, who is the more professional than myself, really discuss and talk about the discoveries that I came across with these definitions. Why are you looking at that?
Solo poly, like.
Let me read it first, then talk about it.
Well, then what do you call it?
I said let me read it first, then you can take over, professional.
For what?
Just
you
listen.
got this. Go ahead.
No, you. This you. Be like that one guy. The dad. He was always. Do you know who I'm talking about? The older guy. I can't think of his name. He was always doing this with his hands. You don't know who I'm talking about. It's fine.
Arms, man. Go ahead, baby.
Okay, so solo polyamory. The definition is, and I'm gonna be quick. The definition is solo polyamory is a form of non-monogamy where individuals have or are open to having multiple romantic sexual relationships simultaneously. However, what differentiates solo poly individuals from polyamorous is that they prioritize individual autonomy and typically don't seek to become part of a couple or other entwined relationship format. So basically, no primary partner, solo poly individuals might not have a primary or nesting partner. If they do, they don't rank the relationship above others. There's an emphasis on autonomy. They might live alone, not blended finances, or avoid other markers of traditional coupledom. Relationships can vary in intimacy and commitment levels, but the emphasis remains on the individual's freedom and autonomy. Then you have unicorn dating or unicorn hunting, which is unicorn hunting is a term used in the polyamorous community to describe a couple, typically a heterosexual couple that's largely favorable to the couple. Characteristics are often the couple seeks a triad relationship where both members are involved with the new partner. The unicorn is so named this because of bisexual person who's willing to date both members of a couple and adhere to the couple's rules or stipulations, which can be rare and hard to find. And then there's swinging, which I think everyone knows what swinging is, but if you don't, here's the definition. Swinging involves committed couples exchanging partners primarily for sexual activities. It's often done in a specific context, such as swinging parties or clubs. Emphasis on the sex, not romance. Swingers typically emphasize sexual exploration with others rather than forming romantic relationships. Couple centric, while swingers might form friendships or emotional bonds with others, the swinging community, the primary relationship, often a marital one, tends to remain the primary focus. And then there's rules and boundaries. Many swinging couples establish specific guidelines or boundaries about their activities. So let me break down what I just read, and then I'm literally going to throw it to my king.
Don't know why, but go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, breaking down solo polyamory. So basically, it's someone that says, "Look, this is me. This is my house. I'm not sharing bills with you. We're not doing anything together. I date you. I date you. I date you. I date all of y'all, but under the poly umbrella. But we have no ties to each other when it comes to a relationship or responsibilities. Zero ties.
There's no commitment.
No commitment whatsoever. It's under the poly umbrella, and I'm not understanding how that would be considered poly. So if someone can explain to me how that is poly, you have multiple partners, multiple relationships, whatever, I get it. But what is the difference from that and you just saying, look, I'm a single person who is open to dating whoever I want? Why is that considered poly?
And it's mostly for sexual preference, or is
Right.
it?
You don't want a relationship. You don't want anything more than, hey, we're going out to eat. Hey, we're gonna,
Shack up.
yeah.
Did you pause or did you stop?
I'm,
Um. So, not like nothing more than
yeah.
a
You
bite
don't,
to eat and sex.
you don't want, and poly is more, so poly is a relationship. It's unity. It's more than two. It's three people or more that are choosing to have relations of some form, whether it's across like the male, female, or female, male, female, which basically the male would be the hinge between two separate relationships, or you have a triad, which was mentioned in the unicorn dating, which we're going to discuss in a second, where all three individuals are sexually together and in a relationship. Like poly is relationship. And so many people say, "Oh, I'm poly, but I date," or I'm the one I see that drives me crazy is I'm poly, but we date separate. I mean, kinda, but what's the point? Like, what is the you're having a relationship on the side. Y'all aren't no one there's not a togetherness. And for me and my understanding and back in the day, and even to this day in Africa specifically, it's a relationship, a unit under one household. Whether the women are sleeping together or not, y'all are together. Y'all know about each other. Y'all build together. The whole separate thing, whether it's married and dating separate or solo poly, that's not poly to me.
So basically, if my lovely queen was to say she's gonna be poly, she's the I believe and I see that she's the true meaning. She's the true meaning of the realistic, or not realistic, but the true form of poly. Back in the day, it's not the modern day. It's the true form for whence it originated from. She's more of that than the modern day. The
You
modern,
call me old fashioned.
yeah.
I'm not, but maybe. And in
When it
this
comes to,
instance,
when it comes to that, yes.
I will claim it. Okay. EO said, "Okay, bet, thank you." Um, that was weird. Oh, he changed. Okay, that's just how he has his thing. Um, so yes, in this instance, I'll be old fashioned all day long because I just think that people like I had, or it kind of is in process of having a back and forth conversation with someone that we both like his name on Instagram. Um, but all the labels really take away the true meaning
Yeah,
of
yeah.
poly.
So and for those that don't know the true the original poly is whether it's one man and multiple women, or one woman and multiple men. Each one has has a position, a role to play. So case in point, like um a man with multiple wives. Okay, the man is going and he's doing what he needs to do, building, providing, all that stuff. Where the women, one woman might be the cook, one woman might be the teacher, one woman might be the housekeeper or to maintainer. There might be another woman to you know, and this is back in the day, maybe go and be the man's assistant. There might be another one to, you know, the errand runner. Go go do go grocery shopping, so to speak. Then there might be a female to, you know, to to take the kids, I don't know, to kickball class or whatever.
Yeah,
And,
everyone has a role to play that fits them.
mhm.
Um,
And vice versa with the one woman and multiple men. You might have you might have a man that's a mechanic, a man that's a construction worker, a man that's a carpenter, a man that's an engineer, a man that's good at gardening. All play a role in the betterment of the family.
Yes. So that's my understanding and my, I don't want to say only acceptance, but that's just where I'm at. All this other, I'm poly, but I'm dating multiple people. Like, oh, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. I seen what I think is a woman. I don't know. Please do not come for my life when y'all see this. I don't know because I haven't looked into it. So I'm coming in ignorantly. What I seen a woman that posted in the group, she's poly and she says she's queer as fuck. And I'm like, what is queer? And how does that relate to being poly? Don't know. I don't know.
So she's gay or lesbian AF. I agree. Like, okay, you gay. All right.
I'm gonna look it up and I haven't because it just didn't apply to me. Like, um, I think I'm spelling it right.
Queer.
Okay, so it says denoting or relating to sexual or gender identity that does not correspond to established ideas of sexuality and gender, especially heterosexual norms. Okay.
Yep. My wife check engine. Like y'all just seen my wife check engine. Like, come on, and she out. Like, fuck.
It doesn't make sense to me. But if that's how people relate, that's fine. I'm not judging ish. I just don't understand it when if you say, hey, I don't want to be sexually identified, I guess, just, I don't know.
Well, what would that be? Sexually identified? I can understand maybe you don't want to be gender identified, so you don't want to be a
But then
boy
that would be
or a girl,
non-binary.
right? Which I don't understand. That I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand. I was born in the 1900s. I don't
So,
understand that because no matter like the dude on the Coley or whatever, when you have a gender reveal, there's only two colors: blue for boy, pink for girl. Bam. I'm not a girl nor a man, but if somebody smack you, you're gonna find out what gender you are. You either gonna clam up and oh my god, now
well,
you're a girl.
not even that person. It would be other people say, how could you hit a girl? Or, a woman shouldn't hit a man, to be that type of
Yeah,
situation.
but they non-binary. We don't know what they are. You can't tell. You can't tell them that they woman or a man. They
Yeah.
non-binary.
So,
But either way, if you hit me, you get hit back.
so just so we don't fall down this rabbit hole, um, going back to the solo poly, I don't understand how a word that means one individual by myself, you're single, and then you connect that to a word that literally means more than two, how you can relate or identify as a single more than two person. Like you date multiple people, then you just date multiple people. I don't understand. And I know I'll probably get slack for this one too, but there was a white woman who was trying to identify as black, and then she got outed, and so then the white community came for her for trying to be black, the black community came for her for trying to be white. I know it's not the same, but it feels like the same. Like, you're saying you're single, but you're coming for a community that is more than two, so you're trying to be a part of something that you're not. Like, you can't be more than two if you're coming by yourself and you got these walls up saying it will always be just me.
Case in point, just like how some years ago or whatever, if a monogamous person, they was calling them a serial dater. So do that mean they solo poly? Or are y'all just putting it into poly or to need a foundation, so to speak?
So that moves on to the next thing, and then we'll wrap it up here shortly. Is when I read the definition of the unicorn hunting, unicorn dating, unicorn individual or female, because I think guys are dinosaurs or some other term.
Dragons, and I think my dinosaur, but dragon I know for sure. Dragon.
So for a female unicorn, it was defined as a poly couple looking for a triad would go unicorn hunting. And my understanding is for the unicorn, that's more related to the swinging lifestyle and that versus
Because it's all about sex.
polygamy. So if a couple is looking to be a triad, um, that doesn't make them unicorn hunting. They're looking for their third. That has nothing to do with unicorn, because if we're going to be doing a whole triad situation, even though there's going to be three of us, that's a different term. It's an open V or close V specifically for us. But a triad is you're in a relationship with the three of y'all. That's a relationship. That's not specifically based on sexual needs.
Right.
So
Everybody is in a relationship with everybody when it's a triad. The woman is in a relationship with the woman, and the other woman is in a relationship with the man, and the other woman is in a
they're all
relationship
connected.
with the
And
man. So it's
maybe one day we'll do a diagram or pull up the whatever.
triad, us. There you go.
Stop it. So that in my opinion, I don't know who's making the definitions. I don't know who's rewriting the dictionary. I don't know who's starting all these terms of under the polyamory umbrella. But I want to say cut it out, because it's not cool, because then there's couples like myself and other like us and other couples that are looking for genuine relationships or genuine people who are looking to be in a poly relationship,
And
and you can't find anyone because when you start talking to someone, and there's some people that are just bland as hell with their what they're looking for, that you don't know, to people are like sifting through water trying to find gold, or sifting through dirt trying to find gold.
yeah.
Um so and with that now, I seen one, I think I screenshot it and sent to my husband. There was a female that was flirting with another female, and the other female came back and was like, I'm, what was it? A trans.
Oh yeah.
So now there's that, and I'm not judging anyone, but and I appreciate that person for even saying that, because she could have not said anything, and then you start dating someone thinking you're dating a woman per se, and you're not. So um I just I know it won't change, and it's only going to get worse, and people are going to start branching off of polyamory and making all these different labels and terms and dynamics and blah 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 to the point where it's almost going to water down poly in
Yeah,
general.
yeah, it's saturated. So, but the thing is, it would be helpful, whoever is bringing up all these different terms, to not forget when you bring up the term or new term, make sure people understand the original term. Like, ain't nobody, it's so saturated with different labels that don't nobody see or remember or hear about the original terms of being poly.
Yeah. To the point where when we cross that bridge, whenever we cross that bridge, and my husband has said we it could be 10 years from now, 15 years from now, it could be a year from now. Who knows?
But we
When
possibly got a date coming up, but it's not our date. We're just the runner up, and it's just to get out the house type thing.
yeah, it's a date, not date. It's someone that got stuck here, and so we're going to show them around because and we could talk about that. We
Yeah,
could talk we'll talk about that not in the next video, but the next one. So we
I wonder if we could do a video with her.
maybe
That'd be
we'll
hot.
see. We'll see. Um but we'll talk about that. So we may continue to keep recording and just add that in, but we got to end now
All
for
right.
this one. So we're just going to wrap it up. Not yet, baby. So we're going to wrap it up by saying if you're in these groups, make it very specific in your intros what you are and aren't looking for. That way, when people are going through profiles and you list solo poly or open V or open triad or open whatever or close whatever, so that people know specifically what you're looking for, because it's getting to the point where there's a bunch of couples looking for the same thing, and I think it's going to be more quads moving forward.
Yeah, I see it like
Because
that going on or starting to come out, like, and they're basically saying they can't find um their
forever person.
person, so maybe you know. And I'm gonna be honest, I've seen some couples, and I'll be like, you know what, I'll be okay with that or whatever. But then I've seen some couples where it's like, no, no, I wouldn't be okay with it.
It's I've thought about just different how to move forward in that lifestyle, what it would look like going out and us dating or unicorn hunting. um I've said send my send my husband out to different places by himself, which more than likely when the time comes will be what it is, um because I don't want it to come off as someone feeling intimidated or is this a setup, y'all trying to kill me, you know what I'm saying, because that's what I would think, y'all trying to take me home and then I disappear forever. um so there's that, and then also like a lot of times, or I've read a lot of people are like sometimes it's people you already know, and so I'm like, I'm thinking on my end, yeah, probably not, but
The
you
one that is a good possible is Deanne.
she's married and she's a Pisces.
But you ain't feeling that, so. But I'm saying, out of all your friends, that's probably one that
Okay.
I would.
Yeah, but I haven't talked, I should check on her because we were supposed to go out to the club that night. Then she texts after saying she missed it. I text her and I haven't heard back from her, so I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
Well, don't be alarmed. She might be just giving you the same you give her.
Well, I started reaching out to her. So I don't know. But anyways, well, I would concur. She has a good heart. She's been through a lot. She lost her oldest daughter, so we kind of relate on that level, and she's still really emotional about it. I think that was like 13 years ago or something like that. So but anyways, so yeah, if you're in these groups, just be clear of what you want. And I think honestly, like, I feel like there should be specific groups for just solo poly people. So even if the couples choose to get into those solo groups, they know what they're getting into. I think the solo people being in the groups where it's whatever. Now, I get the groups that are for community and everybody getting along. That's fine, but the ones that are kind of more push for dating and whatnot, y'all in the wrong group. But we're gonna end this video. We are Jupiter's Love. We're all about the Jupiter's Love. We are going to let y'all know, look, subscribe, subscribe, comment, and if it's not clear enough, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. I'm your girl, Talk About It, Tina.
And I'm iconic. Isn't it ironic?
Yes. All right. Let's turn that off.